Good morning, Hamsterdammers. Welcome to the 11 o'clock news. I'm your host, Chip Cooper. Today's top story, the highly anticipated Marlowe tonic has hit the shelves today, and sales have exceeded even the most aggressive of forecasts. Hamsters everywhere have been guzzling this new fantastic drink. However, some critics of the new Marlowe tonic have issued a warning for consumers. Their statement: Marlowe tonic does not disclose all of its ingredients. It would be foolish to consume this product until all safety regulations have been met. Despite this warning, hamsters everywhere have flocked to try this new beverage. We'll have a follow-up on this story later. In other news, Hamstergram has also seen its stock rise as local hamsters have taken to the social media service to post pictures of all sorts of places, such as restaurants and favorite hangouts. Many businesses have seen a small bump in sales from the increased exposure coming from the emerging social media giant. One of the latest trends on Hamstergram includes taking a close-up reaction photo of hamsters taking their first sip of Marlowe tonic. And finally, in local news, Hamsterdammers everywhere rejoice as their city has been made into a new video game. Appropriately titled Hamsterdam, the game follows the adventures of vigilante Pim and some of his most harrowing fights across the streets of Hamsterdam. Stay tuned to the special broadcast coming up right after the news for more information. However, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Chip Cooper, signing out for the morning. Have a hamtastic day. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hi.
good morning. It is launch day. Welcome to Hamsterdam Launch Day. Celebrate, everybody. Hey. Welcome to Hamsterdam Launch Day. Of course, my name is Lasagna, not Lasagna, and I'm joined by many, many people here today. Let's run roll call. First, let's take care of the office. We've got Ava in the office. We have George in the office. Who else is in the office here today? There's a lot of people in the
We
office.
got
Pim!
Sebastian.
Pim's in the office. Look at Pim. Look at that Pim plushie. That Pim is absolutely fabulous. Look at that Pim going ham over there. That is Pim going ham over there. We've got a remote. We've got Inkjet. We've got Wendy. Who else do we have on remote right now? That should be everybody, correct? I've got everybody on roll call.
Uh, also, yeah,
That
yes,
should
thank you.
that should be everybody, right?
Hi, everyone.
CS on roll call. There we go. CS is here. Perfect. We got many more joining as the day goes on. But first off, welcome. It is Hamsterdam launch day. Very excited. We're going to be turning it over to Wendy in the office here as Pim is still going ham. Pim's going to go ham all day. Pim is going to go ham all day today. Enjoy the show. We've got 8 hours of fantastic programming for you here today. Um, Wendy, take it away. Or actually, Inkjet, take it away. Go ahead. Okay, okay.
Wait, but
This is the part where you'll talk.
yeah, we're off to a great start.
Yeah, we're off to a great start. By the way, how's everybody doing today?
Doing good. It's a
Doing
good Wednesday.
It's
Or
Wednesday.
Thursday.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get the initial question out of the way because we have to take care of it. How's the weather?
Oh no.
It's not
Not bad.
blistering hot in New York.
I don't know
Bolstering
about
hot.
blistering.
Yeah.
I mean, it's much
for
better
those
indoors though.
for those who this might be your first Muse stream, uh, it's become kind of a thing to talk about the weather every week on Fires. That's the only reason.
All right, so let's go ahead and take care of. Oh boy, shots already fired in chat. Oh my goodness. Pardon me just a moment here. All right. So,
Okay.
yeah, for those of you wondering, yes, that initial news clip was Chip Cooper, who apparently was hitting the Marlowe tonic a little early here today. He thought it was the 11 o'clock news. It was actually the 10 o'clock news, which, yeah, he's hitting the tonic a little early.
It's the 11 o'clock news at 10:20.
Yes, yeah, he's having a great day. All right, but oh goodness. So let's go ahead and kick this off, I guess. Let's talk about I guess where we can start is where let's say that, oh hey, this is the first time you've heard about Hamsterdam, and suddenly you see, hey, the Hamsterdam's launched. Where can we get Hamsterdam at?
Yeah, all right. So Hamsterdam is available on Steam, Nintendo Switch, iOS, Android, all of the devices. Um, yeah. Nintendo Switch is live. Yeah. Yes.
Excellent. And let's see. So yeah, everything's live. Everything, I think we flipped the switch at least a few hours ago. So yeah, you should be able to purchase it on all those platforms. Um, Pim, I thought Pim was going ham over there. Pim's not. There we go. There we go.
And for Kickstarter backers, I know some Kickstarter backers have been trying to activate their Nintendo Switch keys. You should be able to now because it is live.
Yeah, in fact,
Right?
somebody in chat is
If you're-
mentioning they're playing on Switch right now
Yeah,
on their
good.
second
Yeah.
monitor while they're watching the stream. Fantastic. Well done. Well done. Applause for you.
If you're still having issues with that, send us an email and we will get you sorted out ASAP. That's for Kickstarter backers. Just wanted to get that out of the way.
All right. So, again, for those of you just joining in, we are going 8 hours live here today. We're going 10 to 6 Eastern. Check your local listings, of course, for the times. Convert to your time zones. We're going 8 hours of programming here today. Lots of stuff. We got more news broadcasts coming on. Chip's going to make a few appearances later on. I promise you, though, I've had a talk with him. He's not on the tonic anymore. He's doing fine. Kind of. He's doing fine, though. But yeah, he shouldn't have any problems like that again. Let's see. Let's get the office involved here because you guys are going to be doing some art talk a little bit later here today, I believe, in about 35 minutes. Correct?
Yeah.
Give us a little bit of a heads up of the things y'all be talking about during that art talk here. kind of a preview of things to come.
Can Sean hear any of us?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear. Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear me?
Do you hear Wendy?
No.
You don't hear Wendy? Wendy
No.
is talking. You have
Wen-
Wendy muted?
Wendy is not muted. No,
Why
No.
can't you hear Wendy?
I can't hear Wendy.
I
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can hear Wendy now. I think.
What?
Wendy is Wendy, we've lost Wendy. Hang on.
No, Wendy's here.
No, there is no Wendy.
Well, Wendy, do you want to like disconnect?
Wendy's been here the
disconnect
entire
and reconnect to the
Yeah, there's
Wendy.
Yeah, we've lost Wendy. Hang on. Hang on. We'll get her back in here. Hang on.
She's here. I don't know what you're talking.
Right now she's okay. Hang on. Let's try again. Wendy,
It's
are
got
you
to be
here?
on your end. Wendy, are you here?
Wendy, are you here? No, I don't have a Wendy.
He can't hear you. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. Let's office people in the office and yeah, well, whoever wants to. Do you want to talk about Hamsterdam release and just the road leading up to this and plans for the future? Anything you want to think about here? Yeah.
Can the office hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, we've all worked on this game. Yeah.
You might have to speak up. Say that again. You might have to speak up a little bit.
We all did. I don't. Character. I think we all did.
I think we're having some technical difficulties from the office. Give us just a second here. Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties from the office. Give them just a second here. We'll get them sorted out. Inkjet, take over for just a second as we get this sorted out.
You can't hear the people from the office either?
No, I'm hearing them. They're breaking up, unfortunately, because they're too far away from the microphone.
Everyone sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
Everybody sounds fine.
There we go. Ava's 100% clear. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Let's try that one more time.
Is it just Lauren's mic, or you want to try talking again?
Yeah, Warren, can we
Yeah,
hear you
it
again?
might be Warren's mic. Yeah.
Testing one.
Yeah, it's your mic. Yeah, it's your mic.
Okay, I guess we'll just pass my phone through a microphone.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear.
How did we make a game?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the topic right now, actually.
Yeah, but Warren was just saying it's been a long road coming since, I don't know, forever ago. At least 7 years, I want to say. Maybe not
I
that
haven't even
long.
been with the company that long.
Yeah. But it's nice to finally see everything come to fruition after such a long time, and not one of us really, I guess, necessarily had like one role as like character artist or concept artist. Everybody had a part in everything, little bit of everything. So
I interned on this game
how
4
long-
years ago in the middle of college, and now I'm 2 years at it.
So at least 6 years.
Wow.
At least 6 years.
At least 6 years.
So-
No way.
Yeah. At least 2014.
The first Amsterdam post is 2011.
So there you
Wow.
go. It was a
2011?
completely different game
No, so
when it was
Yeah.
back then. Yeah.
5 years.
And I know I've seen some old concept art and some old screenshots, and it it looks very different. The whole art style has changed over the years, right?
Yeah, from like a super grungy kind of more like Guns of Icarus, I guess, vein into this
Mm.
At least
cute, stylized.
we've had like 2 full visual reworks, haven't we?
Yeah, at
Yeah,
least.
at least.
Hi, Shelly. Shelly was an amazing concept artist here at Muse. She did a lot of the original art for Hamsterdam, and was part. She did the rework from like the grungy style to the cutesy style.
Awesome. Yeah, from my point of view, I didn't even get Guns of Icarus until 2014. So much of this is just before I even knew Muse existed.
Yeah, preach on that one. I'm in the same boat
And
because I was also
uh,
2014 myself, so I'm right with you there.
and just to be here now after seeing Guns of Icarus, and then being part of, I guess, the tail end of this development process. Really has been going on so long, but
Hmm.
it's really been an experience, a really good.
Yeah, Amsterdam started out as a game jam game in the office, I believe, before I was even here.
I didn't
And
know that.
yeah, and then kind of worked on it when we had some free time between Guns of Icarus things, and finally, like the last like 2 or 3 years, we really got moving with it, and now here we are.
Awesome.
All right. Of course, the office is going to be showing us a lot of stuff as far as the some of the art direction that they took in the game next hour. So for those of you who are looking for a little bit of kind of a look at hey, here's some of the are y'all going to be showing art on stream, by the way, next hour, or are you going to be talking about the art? Explain to everybody what y'all are going to be talking about next hour, if you would, please.
We're gonna be talking about some like the art progression, some of the things we worked on for the art, from like UI to environment to like the early stages when like 5 years ago. I don't know if do we have the capability of showing any art on stream? Not on our end, at least.
It's okay if you can't.
Mm.
I'm kind of setting the scene for everybody here. Let
Yeah.
them know, okay, what
Yeah.
how the whole day is gonna go, because that's kind of what we're setting the tone for everybody. We're letting everybody know, hey, you know what? We got 8 hours of fun here. We've got 8 hours. What's up?
Are,
Yeah.
are you on stream or something?
What? Who's asking? Who? Oh, I like it. What's going on? Anyway, yeah. If there's like old concept art, old animations, anything like that you'd like us to stream, if you like put that on Drive or get it to me somehow, I can get it to Sean and we can show it on stream.
They have the art book.
We can.
Right.
Yeah.
They're streaming perhaps.
I think George is talking on the side.
You can, oh,
Started as a player in Guns of. And I'm sure we have a lot of people around who started in Guns of Icarus, because Guns of Icarus has been such a big.
Hmm.
I mean, like, and
Yeah.
now there's Hamster.
Let me get some. I'll tell you what. Speaking of which, since they're I know like Inkjet, you and I and Wendy and a lot of people have been coming over from Guns of Icarus. Let me see. Let me see. For those of you who are in chat, maybe you've played Guns of Icarus. You're coming over here. Watching us here in Amsterdam. Let me get a show of hands here. Let's get some. Let's get some hands for who has played Guns of Icarus and joining us over in Amsterdam. Those of you who it's not your first product, I know Sander Volda in chat. He's done some streaming for Guns of Icarus in the past. I know that.
Mhm.
Um, I see a plenty of familiar faces and plenty of new faces as well in chat. So yeah,
Yeah.
who's here from Guns of Icarus in chat? Let me see some. Let me get roll call in chat here. Who's here from Guns of Icarus? Let's see.
I guess we're here. I'm here from Guns originally.
There we go. See, Ava's here. I'm here. Inkjet's here. We got plenty in the office here. Inquisitor Ghost. There we go. Lots of people in chat coming up here. The squid hand is the strong hand. Yeah. Woo. All right. All right. We're
The
going
Hail
there
Choppy
this
in
morning.
chat.
Hail Choppy. Yeah.
What was?
Same one it is in Discord. It's Nereata. I didn't really play, but I did. I did a lot of game testing, I guess, for Guns,
Right.
and I did a lot of art for Alliance. No.
Cool.
I animated a hammer, and that's about the extent of my experience.
Oh, that no, Sean's still here. Since I know it's very late in Taiwan, CSN Vic, if you interject with you can head to bed before it gets
Yeah, sure. Okay, I will still, I will keep an eye on the stream. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. So yeah, I'll hang out. Bye.
Hey. Yeah, I think Sean's trying to troubleshoot stream stuff. So yes, see ya.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, if you want CS to go ahead and introduce yourself and yeah, talk about the Taiwanese office.
Okay. Hi, I'm CS, and I'm the gameplay programmer in Hamsterdam team. So, making hit enemies or be hit, and also working on the war map stuff, like mapping, scouting on the map. So, such a long time. Once I joined Muscans in 2014, I'm working on it. So, glad we are here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dream. So it's my honor to be a part of this team, especially working with the talented art team. So yeah, so cool.
Oh, that's amazing. I keep forgetting that Wendy's voice isn't coming through to the stream. So it's just like what Wendy had asked about just about the having
All right,
Hamsterdam on.
let me see if I can get Wendy back here. Give me just a second.
I would like that.
Yeah, give me
I miss
just
Wendy.
a second. I do too. I do too. Let me see if I can get her back in here. Hang on just a second. All right,
Hello?
let's try now. Do we have a Wendy?
Test.
Yes, we have a Wendy.
Okay, good.
Yes. All right. Okay, we're good.
Oh. So it seems like the office wasn't hearing you either.
We heard everybody.
We heard her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad it's fixed now.
Yeah, I'm really excited we have CS here, but obviously it's super late for him. For those of you who don't know, we have a New York studio and a Taiwan studio. CS, who is part of the Taiwan studio? Not giving away too much of what everybody does, because some projects we have not revealed yet.
Do you mean who?
Who
What?
works there? Yeah. How many people are there? How's the space? Tell us.
We have 6 people here, and
Mhm.
Victor and I working on the Hamsterdam. So we have another 3 artists
Mhm.
for another project.
Top secret.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so cool. To just like see that this project that so many people have worked on for so long is like available for people to play. It's such a surreal thing to see that something you're working on your own computer is not available to download on a console. Like I grew up with a Nintendo. Like I grew up with a Game Boy, as many of us probably have, right? Or like I'm never sure if I'm young or old saying that, but I had like a normal
Right.
gray
again.
brick
Game
Nintendo,
Boy?
took 4 batteries to power, like the old one with like the magenta buttons.
Oh, the monochrome one.
I had a Game
Yeah.
Boy Color in the translucent lilac case. That was my thing.
Oh,
I
I
had-
had that
I had
one
a
too.
Game Boy
Oh my
SP,
god, I love that
And
one.
I only had Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland for like a year.
I only had like my
Speedrun that game
uncle's
in, like, 40
leftover
minutes.
games. So I had like I was like 6 years old playing Castlevania. I didn't see anything wrong with that.
Castlevania
No.
rocked on that Game Boy.
It was so. It's still the best damn soundtrack on any Nintendo console anywhere besides Hamsterdam now. Obviously.
Nice save.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. But sometimes when I have to like motivate myself to clean the kitchen or something, I just pop it into the Nintendo and play it really loudly. But yeah, no, it's surreal to like have a device that you grew up with, and obviously now it's the Nintendo Switch, to see your own game like pop up on one. Because like as a kid, I didn't even think about the people who made the game. I just thought a game exists, and now I am one of these people who have never been thought about. I don't know. It's cool. I didn't even know I wanted this to be this when I grew up. But
Yeah,
I am sure that many people feel like that. But yeah, so what is the time right now? Is Sean still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
we are, what, 20 minutes before the hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, this is where I'm focusing on the background stuff. Where you guys are the stars here today. So
Yeah.
this is where you guys are large and in charge right now. I'm just managing the background stuff right now. So
Do we want to go ahead and show the launch trailer?
Yeah, for
In
sure.
fact,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
We're running
actually
a little late.
hang on. We can't do that just yet. It's gonna have to be in just a little bit. It's not
Okay,
gonna be.
okay.
It's gonna be when we transition to the next hour. That's when we're
All
gonna
right,
get
all
it
right.
on. Yeah.
Oh no! It's 10:30. It starts with the reveal
Well, we're
trailer,
just
and now
running
it's 10:40.
Yeah, listen. We're gonna do it when we transition to the next program. That's when we're gonna do it. So
Okay, your call. That's fine.
yeah. So let's say a few minutes from now. Let's do that. How about a few
Okay.
minutes from now?
Well,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, when you had a Game Boy with 4 batteries. I had a
Yeah?
Game Gear.
What is a Game Gear? Oh my god, I'm being a big
It's the Sega one. It
Oh,
had
yeah, I know
8 double A's and lasted for like 2 hours.
I did about that.
Mood. I've
It
been
was
there.
so sad.
That was
Oh.
pre-rechargeable batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. My mom was so mad at me. But like, so what about Sega Dreamcast? Like, it was kind of like a handheld because you had like this little screen in the controller.
Yeah. The screen was actually in the memory card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was so cool.
Sega
I
Dreamcast
never
was-
used it because I couldn't figure it out, but it was.
I
so
don't think there were a lot of games that fully utilized.
No.
But
No. I had House of the Dead 2, and I did the light gun thing. That was the closest thing to utilizing this for me.
yeah.
So what was your guys' first game? Mine was Castlevania. And for you guys, like first ever video game, any console, any.
Probably Pokemon Silver on the Game Boy Color for me.
I'm thinking. Yeah. First game ever.
Yeah.
My first video
Yeah.
game was Kirby Nightmare Dreamland.
Ooh, that's a good one. I see people answering in chat as well. I can read some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to read those out.
Let's see.
Pac-Man.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie.
Warcraft.
Good.
Warcraft 2.
No,
that's a
Warcraft
good one.
2. There's a good
I
one.
changed
Yeah,
my
that
answer.
is a good game.
That's a
My
good
first game was StarCraft 1.
StarCraft 1. Okay,
good
another good one.
Woo!
Yeah, there you go.
Super old.
Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna be over here then.
My first game was on a Apple II Plus. And
Oh.
Wow.
played it
There you
off a cassette tape.
Oh,
That-
cassettes.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
There you go.
And it
Preach.
was like a helicopter rescue game. I
Um,
can't remember the name of it right now, though.
My
Culture
first
Rest-
bigger title was also Dragon Age Origins. I took a big gap in gaming between like a jump between like playing Game Boy Classic games and actually going to like full blown PC games. So that's interesting too of Pi. Just responding to some of the Twitch chat suggestion things.
I'll-
Yeah.
Pokemon Red from Salteria. That's a good one too.
I
There's a
think my
lot of
first
good ones in
PC game was A10 Cuba, which was like a flight simulator game that my dad
Oh, I know what
liked
you're
playing.
talking about.
Yeah, we had on we had the joystick. That's how
Oh.
I think that's the
I've
first
been
That's
looking
PC
so
at
game.
cool.
getting a light stick just because.
Yeah,
miss
joysticks
those
are
games.
great.
I think my first like PC game like ever was Stronghold, but I never really got into it. Like Age of Empires and Stronghold were two games that I played on a PC that was at home, but it weren't my games. But I really liked the idea of like constructing cities, and as soon as I got like something like SimCity 4, I switched to that because it was easier.
I got really into a browser game called Adventure Quest, I think it was.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
it wasn't like 3D Adventure Quest. It was like
Old school 2D, right?
it was like anime looking, but had the same name. It was really confusing in conversations.
Huh.
No, likewise. I could swear that I played a game called Stronghold that I love, but every time I look it up, it doesn't look like anything like the game that I
Yeah.
played.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of
But
games.
every time I look it up, it looks like no, it wasn't that bad. But then I'm like, maybe my imagination was just wanting this to work for me.
No, definitely when you're younger, your mind just like fills in the blanks. And you're like, oh, this is an awesome
Yeah.
game.
I also think like I remember looking at a Game Boy screen, like the first time I saw a colored Game Boy screen. And then the foldable Game Boy came out, the Game Boy SP, right? Like that looked like a compact mirror. And I looked at it and I sat in bed just before going to sleep and I think, are computer graphics ever gonna look better than this?
Yeah.
Because holy crap, this is so realistic. And I was like mind blown about how good this looked. And then I saw my first PS Vita a few years later, and I couldn't believe my eyes. Like I played Wipeout Pulse, I got motion sick. And now I look back and I'm like, how? I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
first game, I just wanted to jump in real quick here with first game. I'll give you two. I'll go Atari 2600 with my first game. The original Frogger.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going
That's
old school.
Classic.
It is
Yeah,
classic. It's classic of a class. It's just let's just
Yeah.
go there.
Classic
The
DTM.
you said you had a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say the game that actually got me into PC gaming, a little newer than that, but not much newer, relatively speaking. I don't know. It's kind of a relatively obscure title nowadays, but Front Page Sports Football, the original one, not the one.
Ah.
Yeah, it was a Sierra title before Madden, basically. before Madden got big and whatnot. I know Madden
I
came out.
only know the memes.
Yeah, just drop those John Madden memes in there. Go right ahead.
The
Um,
the first game I can remember playing was Pole Position 2 for Atari.
ah,
One of them. I can't remember if it was 2600 or 7800, but I think the console I had was a 7800. So it was Pole Position 2. Most bare bones racing game ever.
I'm sorry, the most bare bones racing
I
games
played
ever.
some like
Yeah, it was like
VR game when I was like 8. It like had a headset too, but it was like hardwired into like a big steering wheel. And it had like
That
two screens,
is-
but they were like really low res over the eye.
One?
No, it wasn't
Is
Game
it
Boy.
like
It
a
was its own
virtual
thing.
Game Boy?
Oh, it was like Virtual
Interesting.
Boy or something.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
Virtual Boy. Yeah,
And
I
everything was like in
remember.
red.
Yes, it was. Everything
Virtual
was in
Boy.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never had it, but
I think I don't think it was the actual thing. I think it was like a ripoff of it.
Even better.
I got it from like a yard sale when I was in a school where they were like no TVs. So it was like 3 levels jank ripoff.
Did you have to hide it in your room and like?
Oh, my mom didn't care. But the school was like, hey, don't let your kids do that.
I'm pretty
Alright.
sure, like, considering how realistic those games were for me back then, and when I look at them now, I'm like, how did I not get a headache? I think that in at least 5 years, I'm gonna throw up. Like, it's gonna be so realistic, I won't be able to handle it. Like, I'm already seeing like the cyberpunk trailers and stuff, and I can't handle it. It's so Silicon Valley-ish. What is it called when it's like when it's so realistic it creeps you out? There's like a name for it. Like
Uncanny Valley.
yes, Uncanny
Yeah.
Valley. Like it's getting to Uncanny Valley for me.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we're about ready to show the release trailer.
yeah, it's going to be just a
but-
couple minutes here, and then we're going to take a short break. We're going to get the release trailer. We're going to see Chip Cooper's going to make another appearance for us on stream, and then we are going to shift to our second hour of coverage, in which the office is going to regale us with tales of journeys of art.
Art.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Journeys
Much
of
art.
art.
So
Journeys of art.
if you have questions about art, don't type them right now. Just hang on to them, keep them in your mind, and
And-
with that
yeah.
we can go. Yeah,
Yeah.
do
So
your thing.
we're going to take a short break here, folks. We will be right back. We're going to have the launch trailer for Hamsterdam. We're going to have the return of Chip Cooper, and then we're going to have a fantastic journey of art with The Office. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back with more of the launch day of Hamsterdam. 8 hours of coverage. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. Later today on the evening news, a major merger was announced earlier today between two mega brewers to compete with Marlowe Tonic. Financial expert Maximilian will be in studio to discuss the ramification of this deal, as well as how it may affect your seed portfolio. But first, a panel of artists have taken up shop at a local studio to discuss some of their latest works. We now take you to the scene where three of these artists, Ava, Warren, and Sebastian, are showing their work. All right, we're going to be back to the studio here in just a moment, folks. Sorry about the delays here. Yeah, yes, we are actually bringing out. That is Chip Cooper, by the way, giving us that broadcast, that news there, from his studio. But now we are taking you to the Muse Games studio in New York, where several of our developers are sitting by. Let's welcome them back in at this time. Let's welcome back Ava, Warren, the entire office, Sebastian as well. Sebastian's there. Everybody's there. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody?
Hello. We're doing good.
Excellent, excellent. I'm going to turn it over here. The floor is now yours.
Oh, fantastic. Hi.
Hey.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
Do art, kids.
I guess we'll start by introducing ourselves and what we primarily did on Hamsterdam. So,
Sure.
hi, I'm Ava. I primarily worked on a lot of the environment art, a lot of the cleanup and set dress, and probably my favorite thing I worked on for Hamsterdam was the world map. It's really fun and interactive, and I did some of the trailer stuff too, setting up those
Should we
shots.
stand over for Warren?
And yeah, we get Warren in the shot here.
Oh, yeah.
It's a half the camera. How about you, Warren?
I'm Warren. I mainly handle the UI and also all the marketing
Mm-hmm.
and bits and bobs throughout.
Yeah, bits and pieces here and there.
I'm Sebastian. When I interned here, I did a lot of previs for the side-scrolling game mode. And then later on when I worked here, I did a lot of the early, I guess not super early, I did a lot of the final art take of the buildings in an environment before Ava cleaned it all up for me. So
You did like World 1 and World 2.
Yeah, I did World 1
and
and
then
World
I
2.
did World 3. Yeah. Do we have an art book up anywhere, or should we just, I don't know, talk about the
Sean, do you want
challenges
to
we
pull up some of
ran
the?
into or didn't run
Yeah.
into?
I don't.
Sean, do you want to pull up some of the art book stuff? Oh.
That's a good question. Hang on. Let me see if I have anything for you guys. Give me a couple minutes here. Let me see what I can get for you.
Okay, I guess while we're waiting, I can talk about the Hamsterdam levels in general. A really fun challenge for me, I guess, for all of the levels was to get a coherent visual and progression of colors. So as you play through the game, like where you start in the Canal District is very warm colors and inviting. It's where Pim grew up. And then as you go through all the worlds, it gets a little bit seedier. And cooler colors, you're entering unfamiliar territory when you get into Marlowe's district. And making sure that the background didn't clash too much with all the action happening in the foreground, like really important to not take away from all of those juicy animations that Derek worked on. He should be talking about later in the hour, I think. But that was my favorite part, like making sure that the scenes are still interesting in the background, but making sure that the colors and the shapes and everything didn't take away from all of the action that you needed to be looking at, all the gameplay.
One of my favorite things that I made was a huge patch of flowers that me and Tim at the time worked very hard on, only to realize that it took away from all of Derek's animations. So we worked on that for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then we were like, we can't have these here as they are.
It's too loud. It's too loud.
It looks better than everything else. We got to get rid of them to some extent. Yeah. They're still there in bits, though.
Yeah, in those beginning areas, you got those flower patches, and then it progresses into
the whole thing.
into the city. Yeah. How about you, Warren? Any fun things with UI land?
Yeah, I think making that little animated scroll that opens up and you check it.
Oh yeah. I love that.
Yeah, that was more challenging than I expected. But yeah, it was definitely cool when it actually like worked and came together, because there's a lot of like masks and things involved, and Unity.
Yeah, and it's
I don't know how to Unity. I haven't used it.
All right, I'm going to bring up some assets here real quick. Give me just a second. Some of the stuff that y'all have worked on with Hamsterdam. Let me bring that up. It's going to take me just a moment. We're going to take the feed from the office down for just a moment to show everybody what we've got here. So one of the things I'm going to be showing first is one of the early demo photos from Hamsterdam. Let me see if I can bring that up on stream for you guys. Give me just a second. But this is one of the early Hamsterdam photos. Let's bring that up right now. Let's do... let's do this one right here. This works. Here you go. Oops, hang on. Let's fix that. Give me a second. Give me just a second.
Oh yeah, that's old.
Yeah, bear with me just a second. We're gonna get that on camera for you guys. Let's see. Get this for you here. Let's do this on camera here. Let's do this one first. Let's start here. Okay. Let's bring that on camera here. Here we go. Here's a good one. Let's start with this one right over here. As y'all mentioned, kind of a older one here.
Yeah, so definitely in that image you can see at this point we had arrived to the decision to do the like stationary camera with the action happening around instead of I think it's still in the project. I can see some gameplay where it was like over the shoulder pin shot. Like yeah, it was like 3D, you can move around the world, but the stationary cam, yeah.
That's crazy. I've never seen that.
So we have this stationary cam where all the action is happening in the one frame. You want to say something, Sebastian?
Yeah, that was the picture on the website when I applied to be an intern.
And then you were like, sold, I'm going to work here.
Yeah, so you can still see like some of, when they got started on doing the art, it still had some of the grungy look to it, not as like clean, defined lines. More Guns of Icarus inspired, I would say. You can see some of the inspiration in the art style there. But after a couple iterations, the art team came to the conclusion that it'd be better to clean up the visuals and make it more stylized for the sake of readability, to not like clog the gameplay space. So that's where that went. And then as you see the older characters too, if we can get one like, or you saw the trailer, and if we get one of the newer shots in there, just like improving the silhouettes of all of the characters to make them more distinct and actionful, working through those animations.
Especially the mouse.
Yeah,
the
like the mouse had the biggest transformation. I think even the weasel too, and from like the transition of even like their basic idle stances changed a lot in this shot. You can see there's not a whole lot going on to the silhouette, but in the newer animation, he's like all crunched over and like ready to get in a tussle with you.
Speaking of those mouse changes, that mouse looks like he's had one too many sips of the Marlowe tonic here.
Too many Marlowe tonics for sure, I think.
All right, let's get the next one up here in just a moment. I'll bring the feedback up here in just a moment.
Oh, you had a question, Wendy?
Yeah, let's bring that back up here. All right, let's get the next thing up. Oh, hang on.
Oh, I don't know. I guess it's just like interchangeable almost. I guess they're not the same, right?
I mean, it's a bunny, a rat, and a mouse, isn't it?
What's that?
Isn't it like a bunny, a rat, and a mouse?
No. It's a bunny, a weasel, and a
weasel.
rat. I think we landed on the conclusion it's a rat because it's more menacing. A rat's more menacing than us. Yeah, it's a weasel.
Here we go. Here's another one. How about some vehicle action from some early concept art? Give me just a second here. Let's go ahead and load this one up then. This one will have, as soon as it shows on screen, should be coming up right about now. How about some? How about the rat, the weasel, all those vehicles on there? There we go. Should be shown on screen right now.
Yeah. So for the scroller levels, and also for one of the bosses and mini boss, you run into these guys on their moped, as you see the weasel on the moped. You got the bunny in the car, and you got the rat in that classic kids' toy car, which I think is just like very funny and very fitting. A lot of the inspiration for the bunny's vehicle also came from, all of these came from like toy car ideas. I don't know if anybody, when they were younger, they had the motorized, I know I had a motorized Barbie car. So for when you're a little kid riding in one of those, and the just juxtaposition of this huge bunny in this like car that he can't quite fit into is really amusing to me. And then like just to break it up, we were just thinking of like other vehicles you could ride in. Didn't want to do another car, so moped seemed like just about right. Kind of fits the personality of the weasel, of that like go get 'em, going fast. But you know, not like a motorcycle fast. Like moped's just like a level down from that, but it's not like a bicycle, so a little bit up.
I actually had that scooter like
what?
Really? It's a one Greta, from what I can tell. Colors, but same design.
Yeah, and they got the license plates on the front, stating that they're from Marlowe, coming to get you.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're there. One of the first things I noticed on there, yeah, the two cars on the left definitely have that Marlowe license plate on it.
Well, you're always seeing them from the side.
Yeah, you always see. Well, except when they roll out.
Yeah. Fair.
You'll see in later boss levels too. You'll see them from the front for a bit.
let's bring up another one here. Let's see. Let's do something a little different with this. Let's see. This might be a good one to bring up. How about something from the let's bring up something like oh, here's a good one. I got one for you. Let me bring up some storyboard content here. How about that?
Sure. Oh, can we get Courtney in here?
Yeah.
I can message her. I don't know if she'd be down
We can talk about the storyboards too, but
Okay, give me just a second.
we can chat about anything.
Oops, hang on. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's get this one on here. It's gonna take just a moment to get it on stream.
No problem.
We should have that coming up right about now. Here it comes. Wait, false alarm. Try. How about now? Here we go. There we go. We're good.
Waiting eagerly
Yeah. So what we got
for
here?
information.
Yeah. So what we got here? We've got a
Oh,
picture of
yeah.
Pim here. Storyboard Pim right here on his what is that? That is his
So Pim's preferred mode of transportation. You had all the vermin gang having their vehicles. So Pim's preferred method of transportation is his trusty scooter,
there we go.
which he uses in the runner levels. But yeah, like as you can see, it's just like a pencil sketch. All of the storyboards just started out on index cards or post-it notes, and when we were all working together to put all those cards together and figure out what were the important story moments that we had to illustrate, we ended up taking these pencil sketches and sending them off to the lovely Courtney, who did all the colored storyboards, and they're in the game as short little cinematics before some levels to kind of, as the environment helps tell the story, we got the storyboards too before and after some levels just to help embellish that a little bit more. So in this specific sketch, Pim is chasing after some bad guys and rolling out, scooting out, doing some donuts, coming to.
I mean, you gotta look. I mean, if you're gonna take down some bad guys, you gotta look cool doing it too.
Right, exactly.
You gotta have that fashion sense. You gotta have. I mean, Pim's got plenty of options for fashion sense too in the game. Oh,
Many a costume.
yes. I just speaking of speaking of moments here. I got a good one for you. Hang on. Let's do this one right here. Oh no, we gotta bring that up a bit. Let's see. Let's do it like this. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Here's a good one for you. Let's bring in Marlowe here for this next one. Let's go ahead bring Marlowe into this equation. We've seen plenty of Pim pictures. How about one of Marlowe here? Here's Marlowe.
The big baddie.
Big Baddie declaring that cafe that his cafe is coming soon.
So as you can see, Marlowe is not the fittest in the club of his, or the gang of his vermin. So he has all his vermin doing his bidding for him. But as you'll see when you first start Hamsterdam, Marlowe has his eyes set on the whole entire town and has come for Pim and Grandpa. So he's planning to take over anything he can get his grubby hands on. So this is kind of yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that coming soon is no longer coming soon. It's here.
Sean,
It-
can you
yeah.
hear Wendy?
No.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Good deal.
no. Give me a sec. Let me see if we can fix that. Um, let's see.
Oh, okay.
If you have a question, I can repeat it afterwards and answer also.
Yep. Hang on just a second. I can get Wendy back on stream.
Okay.
Give me a sec. Give me a sec here.
Hello.
Let's try
Hi,
now.
Wendy.
We have a Wendy. Hey.
Yay!
Okay.
I just wanted to say that what do you think about my headcanon? So, Malo is actually incredibly ripped. And he's a health gym rat or gym chinchilla in this case. And malotonic is actually just like spinach juice. And he just wants hamsters to be healthy and enforce a healthy lifestyle. And he's like, my body's a temple. And he's just like pounding his spinach
no.
juice, trying to push it. But Hamsterdamians, they just eat one giant French fry a day because they're tiny, so they have like a big fat French fry. And they're not used to this much fiber in their diet, and it makes them completely loopy, or it turns them into other gym rats. So that's why you have like the weasel and the rat and the bunnies like going around like, you know, like so wide they can't scratch their own backs. And Pim is just trying to stand up for the American way of life, eating your French fry one a day.
American way in Amsterdam.
The American Amsterdamian way.
Yeah. I think it's like that's totally plausible because like in the Amsterdam lore, the Marlowe tonic was certainly something that Marlowe wanted to distribute and become like a big corporation, and
Yeah.
you'd see
They make that bunny super buff.
yeah,
right?
for sure. So
just like a
so
Vitamix.
you see hamsters chugging down some Marlowe tonic, then hitting the wheels at night, and
Yeah.
just keep running.
Yeah. I guess
Well,
that's
they
a
skip
good
like
way of
that.
saying it.
All
I
right.
love it.
I got another one for you on stream here. Here's one of Pim. Well, looks like he was gonna do some training, but he's kind of blowing Grandpa off right now. He's chugging a drink over there.
Yeah, so this was one of the older or storyboards that we ended up not including in any of the story beats. We wanted Pim to kind of be like a more laid back, but we felt like this shot in particular, as you said, made him seem like he was just kind of ignoring Grandpa and not taking him seriously. So we leaned more in the direction of he's just a playful kid in the new storyboards, and stepped away from the lazy feeling that Pim was having here.
Is he drinking boba?
I've been drinking boba, yeah. Well,
Rebel
they run a
tea.
coffee shop, so.
Boba.
So yeah, this is right before the. I don't want to give too much away. I guess it happens in the first level, but
Uh-oh, spoiler alert.
right before your first fight, Grandpa's trying to egg on Pim to keep practicing, and that one of the hamster foo rules is practice, and more practice. so Pim's just wants to be a kid, but a bigger challenge appears at his doorstep.
Important question. Is boba what the cool kids say to bubble tea nowadays?
Bubble tea, boba.
Boba. When did that happen? Because I tuned out for like half a year on bubble tea and suddenly it's boba.
Oh, I think
It's
it's
always
been interchangeable, yeah.
What?
Boba, bubble tea,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Heard it
I
either
feel
way.
like
yeah.
I feel like such a nerd. All right, thank you for clarifying.
All right, let's get another one up here
Soda,
real quick.
Soda, pop,
Pop soda pop.
suds.
Some people combine the two.
Yeah.
Let's. You know what? I think we need to get some. I think we need to get some hamster fashion on stream. What do you say?
Hamster.
For sure, there's a lot of hamster fashion.
Yeah. How about?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about we do? I got a good one for you. Let me make sure we got that in good shape. Let's see. It's gonna take me a moment to bring this one up, but there's a whole bunch of hamster fashion on this one. Whole bunch of fashion. There's about 10 outfits on this one. Let's see. for this one that I'm going to be bringing up, looks like he's wearing quite a few of the costumes that are in game. Let's bring that up right about now. There you go. We've got, looks like he's got some boxing gloves in one of them. A couple of them, actually. Looks like he's got assortment of gloves and clothes. NASA suit in there, too. There's a NASA
Oh
suit.
man,
Yeah,
we missed
those
out on
look
Space
great.
Pen.
Space
Um,
Pim.
So in the game, you can go to the shop with all of the seeds you collect after levels and buy cute outfits for Pimp to wear. Um, some of them have effects on you in battle. Some of them are just to look cute. Um, yeah, I gotta say the NASA one is my favorite, but we leaned more toward the direction that we didn't want to distort Pim's silhouette too much, and there's just some technical difficulties with adding that much extra um, modeling or I guess weight to him there. Uh, so yeah, and this one is just looks like it's mostly you got some gloves in there with the boxing gloves. So in the shop, it's split up into hat, jacket, gloves, and glasses. Are all the different things that you can purchase in different slots.
Wish we just had that NASA suit as a costume for this plushie.
Oh, I
Yeah.
just make a cosplay for Pim
Yeah,
real quick for the plush. Yeah, for sure. Um, is there anything to talk about with the store UI? That went through a lot of iterations.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of it was just trying to find the right look. There's probably tons of iterations that I don't even think you've seen, where I try to make it like a vending machine at one point.
I did not see that one.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Vending machine.
So now it's sort of like a clipboard, and you get to see like the photo of the item. And
I like where we landed.
Yeah. It's a good way to combine the elements and sort of keep it in world at the same time.
I agree.
All right, and we are back to the office feed. Looks like, yeah, there's everybody. Perfect. Yeah, back to the office feed now. There's a lot of great artwork that's gone into the game. Lots of outfits, lots of cool stuff. And we're actually just a heads up on the programming here. In just a few minutes, we're going to be switching over to a replay of something that happened last night. We've got some. We got some good moves on stream. If you want to see how to be, not just to play as Pim, if you want to be Pim, if you want to be good at Kung Fu like Pim, if you want to master the way of Hamster Fu, we'll be taking a journey with Derek in just a couple minutes with a how-to on Hamster Fu. I got to check out of the office. Okay, I'll work with that. I'll tell you what. Let's actually we're gonna take a short break here. But before we do, any final thoughts before we close out this segment from the office?
Well, I just want to say thank you for everybody who's interested and has bought the game and supported us. It's been a long time coming for sure, and we're really proud and happy to finally have it out in the world, wild and loose.
Yeah.
And of course, we've got multiple plushies of Pim in the office as well, showing them off in stream. Um, we've got lots more coming up here. Thank you so much to everybody in the office. Let's show some love for the office here. Everybody in chat, let's say thank you to the office. Thank you to Ava. Thank you to Warren. Thank you to Sebastian. Thank you to everybody for being here today, and of course, thank you to Plushie Pim. Plushie Pim making a strong appearance here today. We will be back very, very shortly, folks. Coming up next, of course, is How to Hamster Fu with Derek. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. Breaking news from the red light district. The serial sewage cover thief strikes again, this time near Rathausstraat. Police are advising caution to anyone traveling the streets at night on foot. We'll have a full report and what you should be on the lookout for tonight at 11.
Okay, we should be live now, hypothetically, if I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. Hey everyone, so as advertised in all the pings and all the tweets and also the previous stream, Derek is going to teach us how to fight like a hamster, right Derek?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean teach through a video. I'm not sure, but yeah, totally. I think anyone can fight like a hamster.
How you again, Kate Monster? So we have a couple people in the chat, so I might shout out to them as we're talking. What's up, Wendy?
I might be actually able to fight like a hamster. I'm in perfect shape. I'm round. I have a lot of body hair.
Yeah, so what we're working with is over the weekend, Derek got some footage of him doing some of Pim's special moves. So we're gonna kind of go through it slowly and get his take on what they look like. If you have any technical terms to throw at us, Derek, those are also welcome. If you want to put it in like real world words for Kung Fu or any other kind of martial arts, that's
sure.
totally encouraged.
The technical terms are in. I only know in Cantonese. In Chinese.
You can say them in Cantonese or Chinese. Say them a little slower so that it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, say it for white people.
Say it for white people.
Okay.
Say it for me.
Okay.
Say it for me and Wendy.
Yeah. Like think mayonnaise. Think untouched wall.
All right. So
let's start at the beginning, right?
Do you remember, Derek, what the first move is?
Yes. So the first set is Pim's 7-hit combo. That's like his core combo. That when you get a chance to just freely attack, he'll dish out this 7-hit combo. And there's another combo that's like 5 hits to change things up. But this is his core combo.
And you'll have to remind me, who animated this into Pim?
I did.
You did? Okay, perfect.
Yeah. I did about like 95% of the animation in this game.
All right.
So even like the enemies and stuff like that. Yeah. There's a lot of work.
How long did it take you?
It was a lot of fun.
Or how long have you been animating, say, the fighting part of the game, rather than idle and etiquette?
I mean, this was a side project that I just kind of worked on the animation for, like, whenever I got some downtime at Muse Games. It's been a few years.
Sounds great.
As a side project, and then the last year or so we focused on it.
All right, so let's take a look together real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to quickly pause and unpause because we're doing this kind of jerry-rigged on YouTube right now. All right, so.
Cool.
Yeah. I want to go through it just a little bit slower real quick.
Sure.
So in the meantime, Derek, introduce yourself, the full-on game. Your name is Derek Chow. You've been with Muse Games for how long?
For about 10 years now. It was my first job in this industry. I started as an intern. After graduating from School of Visual Arts, I studied animation. And but I studied traditional animation, actually, like hand-drawn stuff. But then I started messing with Maya, and I took some extra classes.
Maya? What's that about?
Maya? I mean, Maya is one of the is one of the few 3D programs that are commonly used, either Maya or 3ds Max. Maya especially is a little better for doing animation. 3ds Max is a little more, for modeling and that kind of stuff, more generalist stuff. But Muse Games uses exclusively Maya, and ZBrush of course, but mostly Maya. And so I started as an intern there, and
did you? Sorry for interjecting. Did you start out in New York?
Yes, yes, yes. I grew up in New York,
Oh, okay.
in the suburbs of New York, and then I came to the city for college.
All right. So let's walk through this video one more time with you, and then I want you to kind of explain to me what's going on.
Yeah, because there's a lot.
There's so much.
Yeah.
So we have
Right.
like a So what's happening there? We have 2 hits already.
So there's an upper. So it starts with an uppercut, and then a downward hook, and then a roundhouse kick. No, that's not a roundhouse kick. That's a spin kick.
Spin move.
I mean, so the form of kung fu that I study is Wing Chun. We don't do any spinning attacks. We have a low roundhouse kick, but that's about it for spinning. It's very. I mean, it was created by a woman, supposedly, and so all the moves are very direct, straight, and economical. You know, something for a smaller fighter to take down
Less
larger
flair,
people.
more scare.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like very straight. You know, no wasted effort kind of thing.
No show off, no peacocking.
Yeah, and it's usually defense first. Like defense is the priority. So doing these spinning moves was not really down my alley, but I know that for a small character like him, it has to be more circular movements for his movements to read. When I first started this project,
Pim also gravity also doesn't apply to Pim, so these spinning moves might help him maneuver.
Yes.
Yes, since he does not abide to the laws of gravity, so maybe this is necessary for him.
Right. So when I first started these attacks, when I first started this project, I was like, okay, he's a smaller guy. I should use Wing Chun. You know, it's good for smaller guys. But the thing is, for video games, it doesn't read. So I had to add a lot of spinning, and big moves that have readable silhouettes. And so most of his core combo is these spinning attacks. I did throw in some powerful straight attacks to like break up the rhythm. You'll see. So coming up, that kick, and then the ender, that double palm strike. That's Wing Chun.
The kick is very, very straight, and the punch is Wing Chun.
Yes. The double palm strike at the end is Wing Chun. I mean, a lot of styles have double palm strikes to like
And is it a palm strike or a powerful push?
Both.
Okay.
Both. It depends on how you use your energy. With Wing Chun specifically though, you keep your weight in the back leg so that you don't lean forward, and then possibly if you miss when you're leaning forward, you're actually very vulnerable. So we always keep our weight in the back.
All right.
So that you could fall back on your leg and kind of like secure your position rather than being unbalanced.
And is this
right,
palm
and then
push,
also keeping your face away from your opponent.
This palm push is used as kind of the end of the combo. Is that how you might use a palm push in Wing Chun? So it's kind of a like a pseudo or a meta disengage to allow your next strikes to build. You're kind of just distant, a little bit of distance.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Let's see what we have next quickly. We'll watch that one more time and just let it lead to the next video. I see you didn't do the backflip that Penn did in 0 seconds.
Oh no, yeah, I can't flip.
Neither can Wendy or I.
I mean, I've flipped plenty of times, never on purpose.
Yeah, so the next part is, so the next part is the counter for the Weasel's low level rush. So he's like flying at you. I mean, it's in slow motion, but he's like flying at you face forward.
And use an
So I
elbow
decided to
in
use
the face.
yes. So I decided to use an elbow since it's strong enough to stop an opponent's momentum. And actually, that elbow strike is also Wing Chun, called Paidan. Paidan. That's one of the 3 elbow strikes that we have. So
Do we have other elbow strikes in the game, or did we just choose to use the that one?
That's the only elbow strike in the game. Yeah.
And what do we call it?
Paidan.
Python.
Yeah.
I can only pronounce it
yeah.
so well. Alright, let's watch it one more time. So we elbow strike him in the face and just smash him.
Smash him down, and then I watched a lot of Bruce Lee movies growing up, so I did a little Bruce Lee style hook at the end.
Wow, cinematic. I like it. That last move really does seem a little bit more cinematic than practical, and I absolutely dig it.
Was it a practical deployment, or was it a little bit of like a homage to Bruce Lee?
A little bit of it's both. I wanted a chance for like the player to like see Pim's face. So I'll usually try to like add some flair like that to the end of a combo, because usually in games you don't have like the frame or like the time to add like flair like that. But at the ending of animations, you can add that kind of stuff. Not usually in the beginning, because you want because you want the game to react right away. But yeah, so I added at the end.
All right.
Yeah, so this next move is the
love
KO attack for the mouse. That's like straight out of.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's like straight out of Enter the Dragon.
I love that you get the little step ladder out just to like help us.
By the tail.
Really
that step ladder is super dangerous. I kicked it. I like it like flew from beneath my feet a couple times. I almost landed on my head.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Now, since we're real quick, since we're on the topics of satisfying enders, I have to just say that my favorite one is with the weasel, and just like multi-stomping him into the ground after you KO him. I don't think you got a recording of you like tap dancing a weasel into the ground, but if we were to have the footage
I tried
up,
to do that.
if we were to have the footage up, what kind of real-to-world translation is that? Is there
the KO attack for the weasel?
Yeah. I feel like I've seen maybe a YouTube video where, Flair in dramatic kung fu was the whole thing, and someone, tap danced someone else midair.
Yeah, exactly.
Because surely
that's
it's not
very,
too
very
effective.
like those like the wire fu kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those kind of moves, they'll like they're like suspend in the air, and they actually have the time to throw out like 5 kicks at once while they're in the air. So yeah, I didn't have time to do that in real life. I like jumped off a chair.
Maybe next time.
Next clip. yeah, it's on the next clip where I jump off where I jump from out of screen, and I try to throw out 3 kicks, but I only threw out like 2. Yeah. But I mean with this one, I was mostly this was the first KO attack that I attempted, and that was for the weasel, and I really wanted like some way to like close that large distance between Pim and the opponent, because this is meant to be directed on anyone on the field.
Right. So it's meant for you to be able to wire fu across the entire playing field here and just KO attack anyone that you want.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I wanted to, it had to be like quick also. I had to like take the guy down like right away and disable him like right away. So just just stomp on him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess in a world where you can stomp on someone midair like that, that absolutely works.
Hmm.
I think I missed the first part here. Was it? It's just smash.
That's the Shoryuken out of Street Fighter.
Amazing. So we have
So there
Street
am I,
Fighter and
Spanglish.
Bruce Lee.
That's the Shoryuken. That's like Street Fighter's like Dragon Punch, which was actually really useful. I use it more than once in this game. It's just an easy way to like another easy way to close distance. So if you skip back to the last one with the big guy, the bunny, yeah. So this was actually the first type of these QTEs that I tried to animate, and I really wanted to make the input feel intuitive. So for the big guy, you have to swipe up, right?
Right.
So I had the big guy, jump from up top, and I had to have him like launch up at him and close that distance. The thing is, once he was up there, it was a little tricky to get him down, and like at that time, like I really wasn't sure what Pim's limits were. But after animating this specific sequence, I was like, oh, there's like really no limits to Pim. He's like a small guy and he's round, but really like sky's the limit for him.
Quite literally, he goes up like, I don't know, in real world, it looks like
Right.
15 feet and punches
Right. So
the
at
rabbit
this
all the way
point,
down.
like the animation started getting crazier and crazier.
So this starts out with a series of blocks, right?
Yes. Yes. So this is the counter. This is actually the timed input sequence for the Weasel's high level rush, and it's a timed input. It's a timed input sequence. So this is actually that block sequence is actually all Wing Chun.
Let's watch it in real time real quick. And which part of your body are you using to block? Are you kicking the objects away?
Yeah.
Meeting it
Yeah.
with...
Yeah. So the first one was a hand block. That's called gum sao. Push like push hand. And so I started out
That's
with
a
that, but then
beautiful
afterwards I used the kicks.
Oops. So this one right here, it's called what? Gun
Yeah, so
chow?
palm. Yeah, palm.
Palm.
And then a front kick to block. Since he's using a weapon, I try to use mostly kicks, and then side kick. Side kick with the hand is actually like it's called like a fence hand. It's like the translation. Bong sao.
Bong sao.
Yeah.
God, it's like
Sorry.
literally identical. How did you do that?
Yeah,
Like how
I
did
think...
you no, literally how did you make it time so perfectly with your moves and the animation?
Oh, well, I did, editing.
Yeah, but like
But you
so-
move your body just as fast as Pim does in
Yeah.
many cases. Obviously not in
Yeah.
places where you have to edit, like when he zips through the air in
Right,
like
right.
a millisecond. But
But
yeah,
do you have like the game playing next on the laptop that kind of like reference off of it, or did you just know them by heart so well because you animated everything that Pim does?
I did know them by heart, like while I was animating them, but recently, no, I had to just, watch the game. I was playing the game. I was like, okay, I was like, okay, kick, palm strike, side kick, and then I rehearsed once, and then broke out the camera. I mean, it was pretty crazy because we first started. We just got over rainy season here. So in Japan, it's like almost 100 degrees out every day now.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
40 degrees Celsius.
Right. So it was pretty crazy. I was like, yeah, it was pretty crazy. But this sequence is the last sequence with the weasel, blocking the weasel's rush is those moves are actually, Wing Chun. It's made to intercept the attack before the attack can build full momentum.
So this is something that's like actually deployable.
Yes,
not in real life. So would you be using the same extremities? Would you be kicking away the first two, or punching away the first one, or palming away?
I would use in a real sparring situation. I would use mostly hands to block since it's faster.
It would be hands, not elbows. I assume you might like break your elbow or your forearm.
Both. Yeah. I mean, if I use my elbow, then that's if I'm closer range. If I'm a little bit farther, then I'll use the blade of the wrist, like the blade of my forearm.
So ideally, it would be hands though, so you can prevent the momentum as fast and as early as you can.
Yes.
Because I suppose that would be the easier and just less force overall. So elbow is obviously not ideal. Correct?
I mean, with each blocker, with each technique, Wing Chun practitioner would try to close the distance little by little and get closer and closer to their opponent, so that you could use elbows.
Okay.
Because another Wing Chun theory is that typically for a smaller fighter, you can do more damage from closer range than your larger fighter who has longer reach can do to you. If you're closer to a larger opponent, then they can't hurt you as bad as they could if you gave them a little bit of distance. If you gave them a little bit of distance, they have with their long limbs, and larger windup, they could hurt you more from a farther distance.
Which makes sense if we're following the theory of the word I just forgot, momentum. So it is all about playing with momentum and making sure you're at the right distance to block or deal more damage, considering the momentum that someone from farther away might have. Is that like a fairly basic principle in Wing Chun?
Yes. I guess in all martial arts.
Or is that Wing Chun? Or so Wing Chun focuses from the standpoint of someone who might be a little smaller or might not have time for a build up, right? So it is more of a close range when compared to other martial arts in general.
Yeah, and we actually focus on developing close range power.
So building up the momentum a little bit faster, or just having a more powerful punch quicker? Or not relying on the momentum might be more accurate?
Exactly, yeah. It's short, explosive, relaxed power, like a whip, kind of like just like I'm sure Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch.
Yeah.
That's Wing Chun.
That's the famous video from or that was, I don't know when you kids talked about it, but that was all over my school when I was, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that was probably in the
a few years ago.
videos.
It makes resurgences every once in a while when the new generation comes out and first watches 1-inch punch, and then everyone talks about it.
Yep. So I mean Bruce Lee, his first martial art was Wing Chun.
Oh really?
Yeah. Most of JKD is derived from Wing Chun.
So if we were to pull Pim out of Hamster Fu, would he maybe excel most at Wing Chun? Because most of what he fights is bigger enemies, and lots of Pim's movements are instantly powerful. because there is
Yes,
no way to build momentum.
that's what I originally thought, but it wasn't very readable. So, I mean, Pim is, you know, like kind of like Superman.
Well,
you know,
yes,
in
of course.
Hamster World. Yeah.
There is a magical
So-
side to Hamster Foo, or at least a perceived one.
Right. So he does. So Pim does have the luxury to do these, you know, spinning big attacks. But yeah. I mean, to make things, you know, make more sense to me while I'm animating them, I will throw in a lot of, you know, my Wing Chun theories and stuff into it.
So we would say that if we weren't using terminology for Hamster Foo, we might say that Pim was a Wing Chun master.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Or what I want to believe is that Derek is actually the first Hamster Foo master. He is Pim's long lost parent. You're his biological father. Your grandpa. Wait.
Whatever happened to his dad? I'm really wondering what happened
Yeah,
to his dad.
it's you. It's you. You're his dad. It's canon now. I confirmed it on the stream. Clip it. And
Yeah, like an hour ago, we had Wendy confirming all these canons. Now there's no going back.
Like, hey, my dad's working remotely.
It may have been a joke yesterday, but today, Derek, you are the father of Pim.
In today's world, yesterday's joke is tomorrow's news. But yeah, so Derek, you are originally from New York. You've been doing martial arts for longer than you have not been doing martial arts. And you just picked up and went to have a life in Japan, in beautiful, beautiful Japan. So how, why, where, what? Tell us.
Well, my wife is Japanese, and we met in New York. Got married, had a kid, a daughter.
All of this in New York?
I'm still in New York. We lived in Queens.
Ah.
And,
cool. That's where the nanny's from. That's all I know about Queens.
The nanny? Oh, the nanny. Oh, yeah.
I love her.
That laugh.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
So how long have you been doing Wing Chun? And you said that was your first martial arts as well. Do you know any others?
Well, the others that I do know, I know BJJ.
Yeah. Not exactly the degree that you know Wing Chun, but you do
MMA, right?
know some. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we so my father specifically, he learned traditional Wing Chun. When he came to New York, he finds, there's all these big, you know, non-Asian people, and so he had to integrate a lot of other forms of martial arts, such as, you know, jiu-jitsu and, you know, boxing and Krav Maga into his Wing Chun. So we actually in our class, in my father's class, we actually drill a lot of BJJ techniques, and when we spar, we don't stop until if it goes to the ground, we continue until someone taps out.
Because it just turns into jiu-jitsu or something else, doesn't it?
Exactly. I mean, that's where martial arts is going nowadays. You know, with MMA, obviously, it is very practical. It is, I mean, that's where fights go, especially.
So it's more headed from start to finish rather than from once there's a winner or like a set pacing where someone wins. It's more from start to finish where someone actually loses rather than when someone wins, isn't it?
Yes. Yep. And it's very good for, you know, small guys to know, you know, ground grappling techniques, because I mean the chances are, you know, person that's going to start I mean hopefully you don't go around starting fights, but if you end up in a fight, it's probably with a bigger opponent, and they're going to try to take you to the ground, and you can't. I mean, a lot of Wing Chun people, they'll say, I'll never go to the ground because I'm just too fast and my hand techniques are just too awesome. but that's
Me.
never it's never the case, and you see that on these online videos where like these MMA fighters will challenge these kung fu masters that don't know jiu-jitsu, and they just get their ass, they get beat up.
Well, that's the whole point of Kung
they
Fu,
don't
is
know
that
the
it's
technique.
a more encompassing kind of martial arts for exactly that reason almost.
So, to me, it
Right.
sounds like you are like the opposite of a martial arts purist. You like absorb as much as you can, incorporate as much as you can to like build your personal style.
Yes,
Or-
yes,
Unless you're in a competition where you fight by specific rules.
right. But
Right. Okay.
yeah, absolutely. Another thing that I mean, my specialty, which is different from my dad's specialty. My dad's specialty, aside
it's
from
dad, yes.
oh, okay, so he's grandpa.
What's his
But,
origin story? Like, what does he do? How long has he been doing Kung Fu? Like, how did you get to Kung Fu through him? Like, I want to hear it all.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's pretty long. I mean, so he's originally from Hong Kong, and he started learning in the '60s when he was a teenager. Because there's a lot, in the '60s in Hong Kong, there's a lot of street fighting going on. Just random street fighting, or between like different groups of kids in Hong Kong. And
Still today, or when he was young?
no, not anymore. Yeah, in like the '60s.
Okay.
You'll hear stories about like rooftop fights and stuff like that. But so he learned Wing Chun. His sifu was Sum, which was a disciple of Leung Sung, who was a disciple of Ip Man, who I'm sure you guys heard of. All those Ip Man movies.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. Of course.
It's man. Ip Man?
Yeah.
Ip Man.
IPMAN.
Yes, of course.
We're millennials. We can have heard of it in a few seconds.
The famous 1890
played by Donnie Yen.
1893 Chinese martial artists. Yes, Ip Man. Of course, I'm familiar.
Okay.
Yeah, black hair.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So then.
I'm disappointed in me too.
So he learned in Hong Kong, and then he became a sifu. And in 1972, he actually came to New York City. He actually moved. He immigrated to New York City, and then he opened the first Wing Chun school in New York City in the 70s. And then and I mean, and then he had me and my brother, my older brother. But he didn't actually teach us until we were teenagers. I think because we're brats, or he thought we were going to cause trouble. Me and my brother was fighting with each other and stuff. But I was always interested in martial arts. I would always watch kung fu flicks with my dad. And so I started training when I was a teenager. When I went to college, it was kind of like on and off. But yeah, I mean, last year I became a certified Wing Chun Sifu.
Nice. And I have to interrupt one more time. So there is a famous scene from Ip Man that I'm sure you're familiar with, and probably people in the chat are familiar with, where he uses Wing Chun against 10 karate black belts.
Oh, yeah, with played by Donnie Yen.
Yeah. Is that a thing that could happen?
That's like the cliche Wing Chun scene.
It's a can-do attitude,
like,
right?
yeah, well, for some reason, people that study Wing Chun think that they can fight 10 people.
Can you fight 10 people?
I don't think I can fight 10
Karate
people.
black belts?
Maybe like 10 like elementary school kids.
Maybe like 5 of Wendy and 5 of me.
Oh,
Maybe.
please.
maybe after you guys had had some drinks.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, yeah. I mean, that's kind of a ridiculous.
I mean, it's
thing
obviously
to
karate
think that a
movie
person can do.
magic, but yeah.
Right. I mean, even Ip Man's son, Ip Chun, talks about, that when you learn Wing Chun, you shouldn't think like, oh, I can fight, multiple people, just like Ip Man supposedly did. Wing Chun is first and foremost just self-defense and just like well-being.
So would you say that you could defend yourself against 10 karate black belts and run away just long enough to get
I could
out?
probably,
Could you get out of
fend
so
off-
that's accurate. Could you get out of a fight with 10 karate black belts?
Could,
Or like,
jump
do you
on
think
them
that
and just, like-
you think that you could
surroundings.
disengage?
If it was like a narrow, if it was a hallway,
Yeah.
if it was like a narrow hallway,
So like, yeah, could you parry or dodge the first few attacks against 10 karate black belts just enough to disengage?
probably.
Probably.
I would. I mean, running would be my first priority. If I saw 10 dudes that wanted to jump me, I would run first.
Yep,
But,
that's
but
good.
if they did-
Basic survival.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, not fighting is always should always be your first solution. Either if it's extinguished through words, or just getting the hell out of there. It's always better than fighting, right? Because, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I would always ask my dad, okay, what if the guy has a knife? I'm really concerned. It's New York City, and I'm concerned.
It's
What
a
if the kid
fair
has a knife?
question. Yeah.
And then my dad said, run. My dad said, run.
fair.
He wouldn't teach me techniques to defend against it. He said, just run.
Yeah,
So,
That's
um,
fair. If you
I was
were
like,
my kid,
okay,
I'd say
yeah,
that too.
and then I laid
Yeah,
off the
but what
question
if?
for like a while, and then like a few months later, I was like, okay, seriously, what if what if I have to defend my wife, or something like that? What if I'm in a situation where I can't run? It's like, okay, hopefully it's winter and you can take off your coat and wrap your hands with your coat, so you use that to block. I was like, okay,
Oh, interesting.
I'll do that. Otherwise I'll run.
So Wing Chun is not necessarily meant for taking on or defending or attacking multiple opponents, but might that be a side effect that it is?
I
Well,
think
like,
it
yeah,
is one
it's
of those
more of a
that-
side effect,
that-
right? Or is that another primary purpose of a primary purpose of Wing Chun? Is it meant to allow you to maybe defend against multiple people at once? Or is that just a side effect of Wing Chun being Wing Chun?
I think styles like Wing Chun and say Krav Maga are one of those styles that are practical enough for you to possibly take out, multiple opponents.
Obviously always
Right.
run, but
Right. Yeah. But it is one of those things that are over exaggerated in movies like those Ip Man movies where you're fighting 10 people. But yeah, it is a very efficient. There's a lot of dirty shots, chopping the throat. You could kill a person instantly.
because that is what it's meant to be for. It's for the smaller attacker who might be otherwise at a disadvantage. It is
Yes.
really just about
Yes.
I have to win, which
Yes.
is might be
Again,
why
this
it's
was,
incorporating multiple people.
Right.
So I have a
Right.
question. I live in London, and it's actually happened to me before that I had mice in my house, in my kitchen. Would you actually advise me to get a step ladder and just like jump
Slam
on
them
them?
into the ground. and then
Sit on it.
afterwards exclaim, "It was when Chun Derek told me to."
It didn't have a knife, so I didn't
Go
run.
for it. Go for it. Totally.
Yeah? Like I have your blessing?
That's a
Okay, I'm gonna send you
sanctioned,
the disgusting pictures.
the sanctioned response.
Yeah, are you wearing shoes? 'Cause
I mean, in an ideal case, I would wear shoes everywhere in a house with mice, yeah.
right.
Even in the shower. Like military boots. 20 hole punches.
Aren't they like super fast though?
I mean, London mice, they don't really bother anymore because they're like, we're everywhere. What are you going to do about it?
When China's supposed to be
Okay.
fast, is it faster than the mouse?
Right.
If you
I mean,
trained,
the
if
mouse
you've trained well
I've seen
enough,
on
if you're
your
Derek,
screen
then
is
yes,
super slow.
that's true. But the mouse also has a broken bottle, so.
Oh
I think
yeah.
she's been drinking. Yeah, what's the story behind the mouse having a bottle? Like, why do you go like, yeah, mouse, like obviously a wine mouse? I mean, just to say again, these are actually rats. We discussed that later on with the art team.
Yeah,
But
they are technically rats, but they look. Yeah, I mean,
we still say jailbreak mouse. They're technically rats, but we just don't care that much. We're not that specific about it.
yep. Why he has a bottle? So the reason he has a bottle is because is we want to do this whole like red light district and alcohol.
Marlowe tonic.
Uh,
Alcohol is not real.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't have
yeah.
alcohol in
All
our
the time.
game. We are fantasy violence.
Exactly.
Alcohol isn't a fantasy, which is why it's melatonin.
They do have
Yep.
spiked brass knuckles. Little less.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
actually like no. Do you know these things from like kindergarten that were like tambourines, but like for your hands?
You're getting
That's what
punched
they
out
are.
by
Oh yeah.
mice with
the
tambourine
bell?
hands.
Yeah, exactly.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and it makes me hate the mice even more. For reference,
Yeah.
Derek, I'm really bad against the mice KOs or against the mice special attacks.
Oh, the frantic tap.
Yeah, it's a little bit better since one of the most recent updates, but I played several months ago, and on
Yeah, I'm
stream,
not very good at that either.
oh, it was so hard.
Yeah, there was a time where after like the first district you can't like it was just like impossible almost.
Yeah, I know. I was being made fun of for a long time.
I remember when we went down from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was 7 taps down to 4, and it really threw me off for like a solid week of testing. So, you said you moved to Japan with your wife, who is Japanese, to presumably raise your daughter, right?
Yes.
So, how's your kid going from somewhere like New York to somewhere like Japan?
It's been a huge adjustment for everyone, including my wife. It's been a huge adjustment. But
why did you choose it?
Why we come here? Because this is Sachi's. My wife's name is Sachi. This is her hometown, and she's been away. She left for college, many years ago, and we're just here to reconnect with her family, especially her mom. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's just for 2 years.
Oh, okay. So you have a limit on it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm on visa. I'm on a marriage visa.
I see. So, how is it for your daughter? Like, how old is your kid now?
She's 4.
4.
And,
oh, okay.
Yep. And she goes to her pre-K here, which is practically free, and it's pretty awesome actually. Like compared to New York where we're paying like $150 a day for her to go to a Japanese preschool. It comes about $25 a month here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
She gets to spend time outdoors. They have a huge outdoor space. Kids are happy there.
That
Yeah.
sounds
They
great.
they provide lunch, which is planned by like actual nutritionists. So
I have
so
to
yeah,
ask,
it's actually really convenient to have a kid here.
are you
Well,
passing
it's
down
like a
any of
second
your
grade, actually.
Are you passing down any of your Wing Chun knowledge to her?
I tried, and she knows some blocks, but
Oh,
just
wow.
in general, she does not like learning stuff from me. I don't know what it is about me, but she does not. She
So-
really gets impatient with me teaching her stuff.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that. I'm super impatient.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
so she should be back in New York by the time that she starts school, right? For 2
Yes.
years.
Yes.
Was that part of the planning of why exactly 2 years?
Yep. I mean, well, the 2 years is because that's as long as my wife is allowed to. So my wife is not a U.S. citizen. She's still a Japanese citizen, and so she's on green card when she's in the U.S. So if she leaves the U.S. for longer than 2 years, then the U.S. government is just going to say, it doesn't really look like you want to be here, so we're just going to take we're just going to suspend your green card, and that'll be bad.
Yeah, that does sound bad.
Real
God,
quick.
That's complicated.
I'm not sure how much context you can get for this, but someone in the chat is asking if you can do hamster foo on a scooter, whether that's you or Pim or just the general possibility of. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Approach that however you want.
So that was the original plan. We're actually, I mean, we were gonna have him, like, during the runner stages, have him do some, like, have like enemies actually attack him, like, physically. And he was gonna have some scooter attacks, but we're just like, let's just make this like a bonus stage, something kind of laid back, like a break from all the fighting, all the violence.
Yeah.
So we stayed away from that. But
A nice crusade.
I imagine that he could perform some hamster foo moves on the scooter, like maybe he does some kind of hop on the scooter and then hits, like spins the
Scooter right into
board
his
of the
mouth.
scooter.
Derek,
Yeah.
do you have a scooter?
I do not, but my daughter does.
That counts.
Oh my god.
Do you know what my
Derek
next question is? Can you do hamster foo on a scooter?
I could practice maybe for the next video.
For the next time, then. I would love to see
my
some
God.
Derek scooter action.
That's a huge learning curve, though, because I gotta first learn how to ride my daughter's tiny scooter.
Oh, thank God it's tiny.
I think that only
I
adds
was
to
hoping. I was really praying that it was gonna be tiny. Hey, so
He's gonna be so pissed when I break it.
yeah, like I was gonna say, like you almost broke your face doing a flip that you designed. I'm not sure how you're
Right.
gonna do with improvising with a dangerous weapon.
Make sure to wear some shin guards whenever you do it.
And those scooters hurt. I had a scooter when I was a kid, and I remember that when I spun it and it like hit my ankle, I wanted to literally die. Like I was like, it can't be worse than that. I know what that feels like now, and I will want it coming.
I am glad my scooter days are over. Those were days of pain.
I only really had one when I was like a child. I
Life
didn't
was
really
more
have a, like,
dangerous.
yeah, like Austria. Like I'm from Austria, from Vienna originally, and like I didn't really like scooters didn't really blow up there. Like there was like this wave where everybody wanted a scooter, and like parents bought their kids scooters, and then like
Those
kids
Rangers
were like,
came
okay.
out.
No, it was like more like like not like I want a bike. It was more like, oh, I want a hula hoop, or oh, I want a scooter, and then you would just like ride on the playground with the scooter, and that's it. And then you got bored, and then the parents started using it because they're like, well, I bought the damn thing, and started scooting to work, which killed the scooter completely because now you'd only saw like business people and like grown-ass parents riding around in scooters to their job, so nobody thought it was cool anymore. So we completely missed out on the trend.
Oh. I was a skater kid. when you're growing
are
up.
scooters skaters?
Say
Does
one
that
more.
count?
Technically,
kids.
no. Technically, no.
Yeah, right? Like they're the nerds.
The skater kids are the nerds?
No, the scooter kids are the
Oh, I
nerds.
was about to say.
Scooters are
Yeah.
skaters.
Scooters get a lot of
man.
hate.
I wanted to be a skater kid so badly. Like I got my uncle's like He-Man skateboard, but like all I could do on it is lie on it and roll down a hill like a dead seagull. But I had a lot of momentum.
I had a really big accident.
Oh no.
There was this big set of stairs in downtown Manhattan, and everyone was trying to jump down them, and I broke my foot when I landed. I broke like every bone in my foot. I had to have four pins going through my bone to like keep them aligned. But yeah, after that I stopped skateboarding.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That would be it for me too. Wendy thinks Pim is a nerd, asks Chicken Run. I mean, like, yeah, 100%.
Pim's definitely a nerd. He's wearing this big old blazer jacket, blue, not even red, cool color.
Oh, that's a fun question. When you animated Pim, how old did you think a Pim was? Like, what was the age you played with in your mind?
I always imagined he was about 14, 15.
Oh, really? So old?
Yeah. Like yeah. I mean not quite full grown, but
I see. Interesting. I thought he was like 9. Like a solid 9.
Really?
Yeah, like to me he read like I don't need to listen to Grandpa. I want to ride on my scooter and do cool tricks. I don't want to like learn the boring stuff. And they would stomp home, and then we changed his character arc to be more like willing and accepting to take Hamster Fu on, right? There was like a big change in how we wanted him to be and act. But in my heart of hearts, it'll always be that Pim is like, no, screw you. I want to ride my scooter. I don't even know what I need that stupid martial arts for. And then like rescuing Grandpa is like the rediscovery of, oh, it actually had sense what Grandpa was trying to teach me when I was like just trying to play Game Boy and roll my scooter.
Just to teach him a lesson.
Yeah. And like he has to get Grandpa back. But really, I think Grandpa and Mello are lovers. And like Grandpa really, really wants Pim to get to know Mello. But he doesn't think Pim is quite ready to accept that because Pim is not been receptive to anything that Grandpa has been saying so far. So Mallow is kind of like a gym rat, kind of, or a gym chinchilla in this case. He really, really loves his spinach juice and his vegetable juices, and he's appalled moving to Hamsterdam that all these kids eat is just like one French fry they basically live in. And so Mal is trying to push this malotonic and go like, oh, it's good for you. It has so much fiber. But these hamsters have been living on the junk food diet for so long. They literally cannot digest this much fiber anymore. Like their biology has changed over generations. So they're all like completely loopy, digested, bloated. They can't deal with it. And they're like, oh my God, what's in this malotonic? Some get addicted to it and actually start working out. And yeah, like, that's the story. While Pim is trying to get Grandpa back. In the end, it's like, hey, Pim.
So is Marlo Tonic kind of like a workout shake?
Yeah.
So you know, if you're not working out, like lots of the hamsters aren't, then you know it just kind of gets you drunk and loopy or overweight. But if you are working out, it turns you into these buff rabbits and these nice thick mouse that are super fast.
Yeah. Sure. Go off.
And evil.
I mean, like, yeah, they're not evil. They're just, like, vigilant about working out.
Yes.
Like, they just really, really want to work. You know, like, these people that go, like, almost are slightly aggressive about, like, how much they love the gym.
Another take is that they're helping train Pim to defeat Marlo.
Yeah, not defeat Marlo. I just think that Grandpa really, really wants to see if Pim has actually been listening all along, right?
Yes.
Like, he's like, did he even listen to me? And he's like, oh, I'll throw a few guys at him. Like, he's like, yeah, I can hook him up with some guys from the gym. You're gonna scare him a little bit. And Mal is like, my body's a temple. It crushes these spinach juice.
He's a strong man.
Throws
Classic
little
strong
hamsters.
man.
Yeah, and like I mean, the hamsters look so happy when they get thrown. I think they go like, me next. Like imagine, it makes me crack up so much. Like imagine having like an enemy throw you a victim, like literally throw a victim at you, and your first instinct is like, oh great, I can use this as a weapon. And throw them.
You
like,
just throw them back.
Safety.
Nope.
That was my idea, by the way. Throwing citizens at the bosses.
It was a great idea.
That was my idea.
That is an amazing
And the
idea.
art director Tim said, no, we can't do that. Hamster citizens, they're not freaking, objects. They have feelings. They're citizens.
You guys do.
That's why you
I
put
was like,
smiles on
it's
them.
gonna be funny. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna make them smile, and they're gonna make cute little noises, and they're gonna be enthusiastic to help.
Yeah, they want to help.
Yeah. I mean, the rest was history. Like the only way you can beat a boss is citizens.
Yeah, like no, I don't like. It's not like you're throwing a citizen at them. They are being thrown to you, almost like you're free to go, and you're just like, no, you're not done here.
Yeah, instead of just catching them and setting them aside safely, you just could
You're free now.
toss
You're
them back.
okay.
You're already in the air. May as well be useful.
Not just yet, little buddy. Your job's not done yet.
It's like hot potato.
Hot potato with the Simpsons. Imagining Marlo pulling them off his back and just throwing them right back at you again.
Like,
Oh
you know,
yeah. No,
he's the
that's the whole
bad guy
point.
here.
He's so big and like muscular that he can't reach them.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
There we go.
Oh, it's one of these like really muscular guys who can't open a Coke because their arms don't go close enough together.
Yeah, they can't scratch their own backs either.
Oh my
Jesus.
god.
Or pull hamsters
Oh
off.
no. Oh my god. It's almost like being obese in a way. No, like absolutely love it.
Alright, well, it is about that time. Derek, can we count on you in the future for another lesson, maybe on a scooter?
Yeah, teach me.
Yes. I guess I'll learn how to ride a scooter.
That would be fantastic.
Give me like a week.
Scooter.
Sounds great. So, your
Yeah,
homework for the
definitely.
week is learn how to ride your daughter's scooter.
Okay.
And definitely record your process.
Yes,
Because
please,
Oh,
so we can
God.
have a nice blooper reel.
So you have a video of me breaking and my daughter crying.
Hard cut to your daughter crying.
She's crying off
Like,
on the sidelines while her dad is falling over on the scooter.
Yeah.
It's for work.
It's for work.
Yeah.
Honey, we'll understand when you're older. Just like, why are you riding my literally
you doing
6
this?
centimeters large scooter?
Oh, well, we just got her a bike, so maybe it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
She's
it was
got-
about that. It's about that time she learned how to ride with the steering wheel.
Terrifying.
Alright, well, say your goodbyes. What do we have going on tomorrow, real quick, Wendy? It's almost like a stream's going on almost all day.
Yeah, so tomorrow we actually pull up the schedule. The scream schedule. I'm sorry, it's like 3 a.m. here. Oh, 3:22. Jesus.
Oh, man.
It's okay. Yeah, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, so that's New York time, we're going to start streaming our entire office day. There's going to be an office live camera. There's going to be us playing through every single version of Hamsterdam that's out there. So we're gonna have somebody playing the Nintendo Switch. We're gonna have someone playing Steam. We're gonna have somebody playing the mobile version. We're also going to have a lot of other things. So from 10, there's the introduction. At 10:30, we're doing the new trailer reveal. Then we're having an art talk right after that. At about 11:30, we have the Hamster Free with Derek being replayed as a VOD. At 12:30, we're going to start playing the Switch live from the office with some motion controls going on. I think Cameron's going to help us out there. At about 2 p.m., we're going to have the stream giveaway. At 3 p.m., we're going to have a Steam giveaway, not stream giveaway. Jesus, Wendy. At 3:30, we're going to have Jackbox with the devs. That's going to be fun because we made hamster prompts for that, and that is hilarious. At 5 p.m., we're going to have a community hangout session, kind of, while playing the mobile version. Kairos is going to bring his own sound effects.
Perfect.
And then at 17:45-ish, it's a bit very accurate, so please be a bit lax with that. We're going to just like have a little bit of a stream conclusion again, going through the office again, thanking everyone for supporting us, and yeah, it's going to be hopefully.
Remind me what time
as
zone this is all in?
This is in New York Eastern time,
Perfect.
so New York time / Eastern time. We call it EDT because it's currently daylight savings, but you might be more familiar with it being called EST, Eastern Standard Time, which is currently not. But that's a conversation for another time because screw time zones, honestly. The more you understand it, the more you'll hate it, I promise.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pull us off the air. Say your goodbyes. Thanks for being with us, by the way, Derek.
Thanks. It was nice talking to you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was really fun.
All right.
And you said you're not talkative.
Yeah, you went off. All right. Be sure to join us tomorrow. We have, like when you went over, pretty much the entire day chock full of streams and events and just anything that you can think of. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, different time.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to be taking a short break here. That was, of course, the recording from earlier today. Derek Fu, or I should say Hamster Fu with Derek. Of course, big thanks to him for taking care of that. Also on that call was we had Wendy on that call. We had Delorum on that call as well. But a big thanks to Derek, a big thanks to everybody who was on that call. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back. We're going to transition everything over. I believe we are going to some live gameplay coming up. For those of you who purchased it, purchased Hamsterdam on the Nintendo Switch, guess what? You're going to see some live gameplay on from the Nintendo Switch. You're going to see that coming up in just a moment. And if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you can see the gameplay on that. And of course, we got a giveaway coming up later today. Be sure to check that out. Lots of stuff coming up. Lots of exciting things. Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back with more of the all-day coverage. It is, of course, launch day here for Hamsterdam. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be right back, folks.